Imagine life as a drama movie. You enter without choosing your role, you perform without rehearsal, and when the scene ends, you exit. This is exactly how William Shakespeare describes human life in his famous speech. All the world is a stage. Today, we will learn this text in a clear and simple way so you can understand, remember, and confidently write answers in your exams. First, let's clarify something very important. All the World is a Stage is not a poem. It is a monologue from Shakespeare's play As You Like It, Act 2, Scene 7. The character who speaks this is Jacques, a thoughtful, philosophical, and slightly pessimistic observer of life. He looks at human life with deep reflection and says that people behave just like actors performing different roles. Even though it is part of a play, it is written in a poetic style called blank verse. Blank verse means there is no rhyme, but there is a rhythmic pattern called iambic pentameter, 10 beats per line. In the scene, Duke Senior and his followers are living in the forest of Arden after being exiled. They are far from the busy city life, and this peaceful natural environment gives space for deeper thinking. In this calm space, Jacques shares his famous observation about life that it is nothing but a performance. Shakespeare compares life to a stage, he says. All the men and women merely players, they have their exits and their entrances. This means every human being enters life at birth and leaves the world at death, just like actors entering and exiting a stage. During our lifetime, we play many roles, and according to Shakespeare, there are 7 important stages of life. Let's explore each one carefully. Stage 1, the infant. The first stage is that of a newborn baby. The baby cries, drools, and depends completely on adults. There is no independence, everything must be done by someone else. This stage represents the beginning of life. Second, the schoolboy. In this stage, the child grows and starts going to school. Shakespeare describes him as complaining and walking slowly with a bag on his back. This represents innocence, unwillingness, and the struggles of early learning. Third, the lover. As the child becomes a teenager or young adult, emotions grow stronger. Love, imagination, and passion dominate this period. The lover writes romantic poetry and dreams of love. This stage shows how emotions control young adulthood. Fourth, the soldier. In this stage, ambition becomes the driving force. The person becomes brave, aggressive, and competitive. The soldier wants reputation, honor, and status, even if it comes with risk. This symbolizes the struggle for identity and achievement in early adulthood. Fifth, the judge. In this stage, the person becomes mature, wise, respected, and established. This is the peak of life, experience, success, and responsibility define this period. The man becomes confident, calm, and socially influential. Sixth, old age. This stage represents the decline of the physical strength. The person becomes weaker, thinner, and less active. Memory begins to fade and energy reduces. This stage reminds us that life is temporary and constantly changing. Seventh and the last stage, second childhood, oblivion. The final stage is like returning to childhood again. The person becomes physically weak, mentally slow, and dependent once more. Shakespeare calls this stage sans teeth, sans eyes, sans taste, sans everything, meaning without strength, without senses, without independence. This stage represents the end of life. Now, students, let's look at the main themes of this text. First one, the temporary nature of life. Second, human roles and identity. Third, the cycle of birth, growth, and death. Fourth, the universality of human experience. Let's also talk about literary devices. Shakespeare uses metaphor, life as a stage, imagery, baby crying, soldier fighting, lover singing, alliteration and rhythm, which make the speech memorable, blank verse, the poetic structure. Let me conclude, children. Through this speech, Shakespeare reminds us that life is constantly changing. We cannot remain in one role forever. Every stage has beauty, struggle, and meaning. Understanding this helps us appreciate life instead of fearing change. If this explanation helped you, make sure to like this video, share it with your classmates, and subscribe for more English lessons and, and literature lessons. Now it's your turn. Leave a comment telling me which stage of life do you think you are currently in. Thank you for watching.